In the shadow of ancient castles, beneath the pale glow of a crescent moon, a new tale of forbidden love unfolds, one that intertwines the fates of a vampire and a mortal. This is a story of passion, danger, and the irresistible pull between two souls who, by all laws of nature, should never meet. Her name is Isabella, a young woman with a heart full of dreams and a curiosity that often led her into the mysterious woods surrounding her village. Little did she know, these woods held secrets darker and more dangerous than she could ever have imagined. At the edge of the forest, hidden away in a crumbling stone mansion, lived him, Damien, a vampire whose name was whispered in fear by those who lived nearby. For centuries, Damien had lived alone, haunted by the darkness of his past and the curse of immortality. He had long given up on love, choosing instead the solitude of his existence. But when he sees Isabella one fateful night, her innocence and vitality stir something deep within him. The pull between them is immediate, undeniable, and dangerous. Isabella, unaware of the vampire's true nature, is drawn to the mystery of the mansion and the man who inhabits it. Her encounters with Damien, though brief, are charged with an electric tension that neither can ignore. As they continue to meet in secret, their bond grows stronger. Isabella finds herself captivated by his intensity, his ancient wisdom, and the allure of a world she could never have imagined. Damien, too, feels an unfamiliar stirring in his cold heart, a longing he thought had been buried forever. But their love is not without its obstacles. As the two grow closer, dark forces begin to stir. A vampire hunter, known only as the Hunter, arrives in the village, determined to rid the world of Damien once and for all. The Hunter is relentless, and the danger he poses to both Damien and Isabella becomes ever more real. As the stakes rise, Isabella must decide how far she is willing to go for a love that could destroy her. The closer they get to one another, the more they both begin to change. Isabella's life is no longer just that of a mortal woman. Her heart beats differently, her senses sharpen. The world around her becomes a dangerous and thrilling place. She finds herself torn between the life she has known and the dangerous allure of the vampire's world, a world where darkness and passion coexist in a delicate balance. Damien, too, finds himself struggling with his feelings for Isabella. He knows that loving her could mean her death. He could offer her immortality, but in doing so, he would condemn her to the same curse that has haunted him for centuries. As he battles his own inner demons, he begins to question everything he has ever believed about life, love, and the price of immortality. In the end, the lovers must confront the truth of their relationship. Can love truly overcome the boundaries between life and death? Will Isabella give up her humanity for the vampire she loves, or will the darkness of Damien's world consume her? And can Damien find redemption in a love that has the power to save them both, or will their love ultimately tear them apart? This is a tale of a love that defies the ages, a love that transcends death itself. It is a story of sacrifice, of eternal passion, and the hope that even in the darkest of nights, love can still shine bright enough to light the way. As Isabella stands at the crossroads of her destiny, the weight of her decision presses heavily upon her. She can feel the pull of Damien's world, its allure, its danger, its promise of eternal passion. But she also feels the warmth of her own humanity, the life she has known, the ties to her family, and the world that she has always belonged to. Her heart aches with the impossibility of it all. How can she choose between the mortal life she was born into and the love that threatens to consume her? Damien, on the other hand, is torn by his own guilt and fear. He has seen too many loves come and go, each one lost to the ravages of time or the brutality of his curse. He knows that no matter how deep his feelings for Isabella run, he is not the man she needs. He is darkness incarnate, an immortal predator, a creature of the night. To love him is to risk losing everything she holds dear. But he also knows that if he lets her go, he will lose the one thing that has brought light back into his centuries of darkness. Her love, as the tension between them deepens, the threat of the Hunter looms ever larger. He is relentless, a shadow in the night, determined to end Damien's existence and destroy the love that has blossomed between the vampire and the mortal. The closer he gets, the more desperate their situation becomes. The stakes are raised, and Isabella realizes that her life may not be the only one in danger. Damien's immortality is threatened as well. In a final, desperate bid to protect them both, Damien makes a decision that will alter the course of their lives forever. He offers Isabella the ultimate choice, the choice to join him in his world, to become one of the undead, to embrace the eternal night and the love that burns brighter than anything she has ever known. But the price of immortality is steep. She will lose her humanity, her soul will belong to the darkness, and she will never again see the world the way she once did. It is a choice that will bind her to him forever, or tear them apart for good. Isabella, standing on the precipice of her fate, must now confront her greatest fear, the fear of losing herself to love, of losing her very soul in the darkness. She knows that choosing Damien means sacrificing everything she has ever known, But it also means gaining a love so deep, so fierce, that it has the power to shape the universe itself. In a climactic moment, with the hunter closing in and the world around them crumbling, Isabella makes her decision. She chooses Damien, embracing the eternal night and the love that will bind them together for all eternity. As she steps into the shadows with him, she knows that the path ahead will be fraught with danger, but it is a path she will walk with him, forever. Together, they confront the hunter, their love an unstoppable force against the darkness that threatens to tear them apart. The battle is fierce, but in the end, love triumphs. The hunter is defeated, and the world seems to hold its breath, awaiting the next chapter in their saga. Isabella and Damien, bound by their love, face the future together. No longer afraid of the darkness, they walk hand in hand into the unknown, their love a beacon that shines brighter than the stars themselves. They know that no matter what challenges lie ahead, they will face them together, forever entwined in a love that defies the very essence of time and death. Their story, one of passion, sacrifice, and eternal devotion, becomes legend. It is whispered on the winds, told by the firesides, and remembered through the ages as a tale of a love so powerful that it could conquer even the darkest of worlds. And though their journey is far from over, one thing is certain: their love will endure for all eternity, an eternal flame that will never be extinguished as centuries pass. The legend of Isabella and Damien grows. Their love story, once whispered in the dark corners of forgotten villages, spreads far and wide across the lands. It becomes the stuff of ballads and poems, the tales of lovers torn between worlds, and of a bond that refuses to be broken. The truth of their love, its beauty, its pain, its power, continues to captivate the hearts of those who hear it. But their journey is far from easy. As immortals, Isabella and Damien face challenges that only the passage of time can bring. The world around them shifts, new eras rise, and old ones fall. The faces of those they once knew grow old, wither, and disappear, while they remain unchanged, standing as witnesses to the relentless march of time. Each passing century brings new trials, new enemies, and new tests of their love point. One of the greatest challenges they face comes when a new generation of vampire hunters arises. These hunters are more organized, more powerful, and more determined than ever to rid the world of the creatures of the night. Their methods are cunning, and they know that the key to destroying the vampire scourge is not just to hunt them down, but to target what they love most, Isabella. The hunters believe that by taking her away from Damien, they can break his spirit and make him vulnerable, thereby ending his reign of terror once and for all. But Damien, fueled by his love for Isabella, will stop at nothing to protect her. He has learned over the centuries to harness the power of his immortality in ways that no other vampire has. His strength, his speed, and his cunning make him a formidable opponent, but it is his love for Isabella that makes him truly unstoppable. Isabella, too, has changed. No longer the innocent woman she once was, she has embraced her new existence as a vampire. Her senses are heightened, her strength unparalleled, and her connection to Damien deeper than ever before. But with this transformation comes a burden, an inner battle between the human she once was and the creature she has become. She struggles to reconcile her love for Damien with the darkness that now resides within her, and at times, she questions whether she has made the right choice. Yet, no matter the struggles, their love never wavers. In the darkest of times, they find solace in one another. When the weight of eternity becomes too much to bear, they lean on each other for strength. They know that no matter how many enemies rise against them, no matter how many obstacles they face, their love will always be their greatest weapon. As their journey continues, Isabella and Damien become more than just legends. They become symbols of hope for all who believe in the power of love. They inspire other lost souls to seek connection, to defy the odds, and to embrace love in all its forms. In the end, their love proves that no matter how dark the world may be, there is always light to be found in the hearts of those who dare to love. The vampire and the mortal, bound together by fate, will live on in the stories of generations to come. Their love will echo through the ages, a testament to the power of passion, sacrifice, and the unyielding strength of the human heart. Even in a world filled with darkness, their love will shine, an eternal flame that will never be extinguished. For as long as the stars burn in the night sky, the legend of Isabella and Damien will endure, and their love will continue to inspire those who dare to believe in the impossible, to chase after love that defies time, death, and all that stands in its way as the centuries unfold. Isabella and Damien's love evolves into something more than mere legend. It becomes a force, whispered in the hearts of those who have been touched by their story, and a beacon of hope for those who dare to love against all odds. Their names become synonymous with resilience and the power of unyielding devotion, an enduring reminder that love, even in its darkest form, can conquer all. But with every great love comes a great sacrifice, and their journey is no exception. As the world changes, so too do the dangers that threaten to tear them apart. Vampires, once hunted in the shadows, are now seen as outcasts in a world that has grown more accepting of the supernatural. Governments, once blind to the existence of creatures like Damien, now seek to control them, fearing their power and the growing influence they have over the world. Damien and Isabella find themselves caught in a web of politics and power struggles between supernatural factions, all vying for control. New allies, both human and immortal, rise and fall in their lives, some seeking to protect them, others seeking to use them for their own agendas. The couple, however, remains steadfast in their devotion to each other, refusing to let external forces dictate their fates. But as the centuries slip away, a question arises that neither of them can ignore. How long can their love last in a world that is constantly changing? How much more can they endure before the weight of time and eternity takes its toll? Their immortality, once a gift, now feels like a curse at times, an endless cycle of loss and rebirth, each new chapter bringing them closer to the realization that nothing lasts forever. Isabella begins to grapple with a deep existential longing. Her mortal life now seems like a distant memory, and though she loves Damien with all her heart, she begins to wonder if she is truly living or merely existing. The questions of what it means to be human, to feel, to grow, become more urgent. As her relationship with Damien deepens, she finds herself wrestling with the knowledge that they are, in many ways, still two worlds apart. Damien, ever the protector, remains blind to these deeper concerns, focused only on keeping Isabella safe and ensuring their love endures. But he, too, faces the crushing weight of their immortality. He has watched time erode everything around him, people, places, memories, and he fears that eventually, even their love might fall victim to time. The thought of losing Isabella, not to death but to the endless march of time, haunts him. He watches her struggle with her new existence, unable to provide the comfort she needs. In a moment of clarity, Damien makes a decision that will alter the course of their journey forever. He seeks out an ancient, forbidden ritual, a way to break free from the curse of immortality. The ritual promises to return both of them to their human forms, allowing them to live out their days together as mortals. But the price is steep. The ritual requires a sacrifice that will test the very core of their love. As the night of the ritual approaches, Isabella is torn. The thought of becoming mortal again, of living a fleeting life with Damien, fills her with both hope and fear. Would it be worth it? Could they truly be happy living out a mortal existence, knowing that their love is finite? Or would the loss of their immortality tear them apart, leaving them vulnerable to the very forces they have fought so long to escape? The night of the ritual arrives, and as they stand on the precipice of the unknown, Damien and Isabella must make the ultimate choice. Together, they face the possibility of a future where they are no longer bound by the curse of immortality, but where time too will eventually take its toll. In the end, they choose love. They choose each other, knowing that the greatest gift they can give one another is the ability to truly live, to experience every fleeting moment, every touch, every breath, knowing that one day it will all come to an end. They choose to embrace the vulnerability of mortality, for in doing so, they choose to live a life filled with depth, meaning, and the richness of shared experience. And as the ritual unfolds, their transformation begins. In the final moments, just before the curse is broken, Damien takes Isabella's hand. They share one last, lingering kiss, the culmination of centuries of love, of trials and triumphs, of passion and sacrifice. With the ritual complete, they awaken as mortals, two souls, bound by love, ready to face a world that is no longer infinite but finite, where every moment counts. They know their time together will be limited, but in that limitation lies the beauty of life. Together, they will live the rest of their days in the warmth of each other's arms, cherishing every heartbeat, every sunrise, every fleeting second of the love they have fought so hard to keep. Their story, now a tale of two lovers who dare to defy eternity, will live on, whispered through time, forever remembered as the greatest love story ever told. As Isabella and Damien step into the realm of mortality, the weight of their choice settles upon them like a blanket of soft, reassuring warmth. The world, once so distant and eternal, now feels more immediate, more vibrant. Every leaf on the trees seems to shimmer with newfound significance, every star in the sky a reminder of the fleeting beauty of life. For the first time in centuries, they feel alive in a way they never thought possible. The days pass slowly, but each one is treasured. They revel in the simplicity of mortal existence, the taste of fresh air, the joy of shared laughter, and the quiet comfort of knowing that their time is limited. No longer bound by the darkness of immortality, they find themselves savoring every moment, even the ones that once seemed mundane. They walk through the world hand in hand, no longer fearing the passage of time, but embracing it as a precious gift. Yet, despite the beauty of their new life, challenges arise that they never anticipated. As mortals, they are vulnerable in ways they hadn't fully understood before. Their bodies grow tired, and the weight of age begins to settle in, something they had never experienced as immortals. They find themselves grappling with the inevitability of death, not as an abstract concept, but as a very real and imminent force. At times, the pressure of knowing their love has an expiration date fills them with sorrow. They know that one day, one of them will have to say goodbye. The thought of parting from one another is unbearable, and the fear of losing each other lingers in the depths of their hearts. Their love, once eternal, now feels fragile in the face of the ticking clock that governs mortal life. But even in the face of this inevitability, they remain determined to make every moment count. They seek out new experiences together, traveling to places they had only dreamed of in the past, creating memories that will last beyond the limits of time. They spend long hours talking, sharing their hopes and dreams, and making plans for the future that, although finite, feel no less meaningful. To end these moments, they realize that love is not defined by its duration, but by the depth of its connection. They find solace in the knowledge that no matter how brief their time may be, the love they share will remain in their hearts forever. It is the love that shaped their past, that sustained them through centuries of darkness, and that now propels them forward into a future that is unknown. The passing of time, once a burden, becomes a reminder of all they have shared, and all they have yet to experience. They laugh in the face of mortality, knowing that even in the final moments, their love will endure. Their journey may be brief, but it will be one of passion, of joy, and of an unbreakable bond that transcends the boundaries of time. And as the years go by, the inevitable truth becomes clearer. The love between Isabella and Damien was never about immortality. It was always about living fully, embracing every moment, and cherishing the connection they shared. In the end, it is not the length of their love that matters, but the intensity with which they lived it. When the time finally comes, and one of them must say goodbye, the other will not mourn the end, but celebrate the life they lived together. For their love will never truly end. It will live on in the stories they told, in the memories they created, and in the hearts of those who were touched by their extraordinary bond. And so, Isabella and Damien, though mortal now, have lived a love that transcends the limits of time and space. Their legacy will be remembered for generations to come, not as a tale of vampires and mortals, but as a testament to the enduring power of love. A love that, no matter how fleeting, can leave an eternal mark on the world. For even in the end, their love will continue to shine, a bright star in the sky, a beacon for all those who dare to love with their whole heart, no matter the cost.